welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm so excited to share that I'm going to be deep cleaning our entire kitchen. When I say deep cleaning, I mean I am taking everything out of the cabinets. I'm washing the windows, washing the appliances, everything. Not just wiping the counters down and calling it good, you know? So this is actually part one of a whole series I'm doing on my channel in October. Every Thursday I will have a new cleaning motivation video of fall deep cleaning a room in my house, because I feel like I needed to split it up into different rooms because it's so much. So I hope that you subscribe and stick around for the rest of those videos, because I can tell you they are going to give you a lot of motivation to get your fall deep cleaning done. And let's get started.
So the first thing I am doing is cleaning out all of the cabinets. I am starting with the top cabinets and working my way down. So what I'm doing is just taking every single thing out of every single cabinet, and then I am vacuuming with my Dyson V8 animal vacuum, because it's so much easier to just vacuum up the crumbs that are in the cabinets and drawers than it is to try and wipe them out. So first I'm vacuuming and then I am wiping it out, and the spray that I am using is the Method all-purpose antibacterial spray. It is the scent bamboo. It smells great. You'll see that I have my little helper right next to me while I'm doing this. She was actually, I don't know what she was playing with on the counter. She was doing something, but she saw me standing on the chair, and so she wanted to stand on the chair as well. So she got a chair to stand on next to me and act like she was cleaning. I hate these top cabinets in our kitchen. They're so small and awkward and very, very hard to reach. Like, I'm standing on a chair and I still could barely reach them. So we usually use them for just stuff that we don't use very often. Like this cabinet that I'm cleaning out right now has all of our margarita glasses and our like actual real crystal champagne flutes that we have. And then like a big Tupperware thing, and we also keep the salad spinner up there, even though we use the salad spinner all the time. There's just nowhere else to put it, so it goes up there. And then this cabinet is full of our spices and seasonings and baking stuff, and you'll see I have a lot of stuff that I have to clean out of there and reorganize. And the baking stuff, I found a little drawer thing that I wasn't using, and I thought that was perfect for all of our baking supplies, like our cupcake supplies, and I showed James and he loved it as well. Now I am just washing the outside of the cabinets. I'm not sure if I got clips of me doing this on every single cabinet around the kitchen, but I swear I did it to every cabinet because they really needed it. These cabinets were painted this weird light gray when we moved in the house, and it's a nice looking color, but I don't understand why they did it because our countertops are very warm toned and these cabinets are very cool toned, so it just doesn't go very well. Eventually I want to paint them white, but other people say they like the color of them. We also need to redo our floor. We want to get those like click tiles, not tiles, the vinyl planks or whatever that you put in. We just haven't gotten around to doing it. That floor is very gross. It's like a yellow color. It's like turning yellow, and like the edges of it, it's like grooved, and so it gets all this dirt and stuff in there, and it just looks old and very gross, and it's got a lot of dings and everything, and we just want to get rid of it ASAP. But now I am cleaning out the drawers. There was a lot of crumbs in these drawers, but I'm glad I finally cleaned them out. And you'll see me putting those shelf liners back in there. Those help so that everything doesn't slide around. And in case you're wondering why I have a bag, like a bread bag full of more bread bags, it's because James works outside in the winter. He's a mailman, and his feet get wet from the slushy snow because we live in Minnesota. So we save the bread bags throughout the year so that he can put those on his shoes like when we were kids, and that helps prevent his feet from not getting wet.
Are you seeing that? This all came from that drawer. That's our junk drawer. I'm gonna organize that.
So now I'm moving on to our junk drawer. That's the third drawer in that little column right there, and it had so much stuff in it I could barely even get it open. It was so ridiculous. I don't know what happened. I just reorganized this like a month or two ago, but I ended up just like organizing the batteries around and taking all the tools out that had somehow gotten shoved in there, and like there's sandpaper in there. Why would there need to be sandpaper in our junk drawer? Just all sorts of stuff. So you'll see me trying to figure out an organizational process with this, and I still haven't gotten it figured out very well. actually a year ago, so I'm surprised it stayed so well. But I think this actually works really well for our food because we don't eat a lot of processed foods, and yeah, don't know that extra. And this is the cabinet that I was looking forward to cleaning out the least. It's got everything in it, basically bowls, cups, mugs. It has all of Brooklyn's medicines, her EpiPens, everything, her sippy cups, everything. And it's just a disaster. So I ended up taking everything out. I pulled some stuff out that didn't need to be in there. I reorganized all of her medications and put them in a basket in a different cabinet so that they're all together instead of tucked on the side so that there's more room. I got rid of some of her sippy cups that were kind of getting old and gross, and yeah, the cabinet looks a ton better now. Next up, I'm cleaning out our silverware drawer. This drawer was an absolute disaster. You can see Brooklyn's spoons and forks are just like scattered like in there. And then our our silverware holder that we use for our silverware was absolutely disgusting. I could not believe it when I pulled our silverware out of there, how gross it was. And this drawer was just gross. I don't think we've ever cleaned it out, so it was very, very much needed for this. Also, you can see I have a ton of reusable metal straws. I absolutely love them, and I definitely think everybody should invest in some. This is our under sink storage for like all of our cleaning supplies that we kind of use around the house or in the kitchen or whatever. You can see I'm like very leery while I'm pulling things out of there because I'm scared of spiders, and it's kind of gross and dingy. It's under the sink and under there, and I was just worried there was going to be spiders, but luckily there wasn't. And you'll see I try to wipe off the floor in there because they put the like linoleum down in there as well, but it's like kind of curled up and just gross and stained, so I ended up not wiping as much down in there as I hoped for. But it looks a lot better and more organized in there now, so I'm glad I did that. This is all trash that I took out of the cabinets. That is wild. So now I am cleaning our glass stove top. I use I can't remember what it's called, but it's some sort of cleaner for the glass stove top. I'll write it in the description if I can find it. But you basically just wipe it on there and then buff it off, and it gets all the nasty stuff that's like kind of crisped on there that you can't get off normally. It works really, really well. It's just you got to put some elbow grease into it to get it to really work. And then our oven was it's so gross in there. When we moved into the house, the people before us hadn't cleaned the oven out, and so it had a ton of like nasty like burnt on stuff in there, and I hate using oven cleaner, and the oven has a self-cleaning like setting, but I'm always scared to use that because I've heard it can like wreck your oven. But the last time I cleaned the oven, I used baking soda, and I think it was baking soda or whatever one you use for cleaning, baking soda, and I made like the paste where you like scrub it on there, and it worked really, really well, but I didn't wipe it out very well, and so there's a ton of like baking soda residue left inside of the oven. So you'll see that when I open it, and I actually vacuum out a lot of it, and that works really well. And then I just use our regular oven cleaner to wipe everything down. So now I am just going to clean out the fridge. I'm taking everything out one shelf at a time and wiping down the glass shelves that are in there. Unfortunately, because our fridge is in a really silly, dumb spot in our kitchen, the door doesn't, that's as far as the door opens. So I really can't take the shelves out or even take the drawer on the right bottom side. I can't get that out to clean underneath it or anything. So I have to do the best that I can with the way it is. I don't know why they decided to put the fridge there, but that's where they decided to put it. So we just got to live with it and make the best out of it. But you can see this took me a very long time to clean out the fridge. I don't know why. It was just taking everything in and out was a lot. And you can see we also need to go grocery shopping because there was a lot of liquids in there and not a lot of food. You can see I'm putting beer on the shelf right now, and I think I put all my LaCroix in there, and yeah, lots of liquids, not a lot of food. We need to grocery shop now. So I just have to say, I usually hate cleaning out my freezer, but this time around I used the vacuum to like vacuum up all the crumbs that were in the freezer, and it worked so well that it was a breeze cleaning out the freezer. Like I just literally had to wipe everything off and it was perfect. Like I would totally recommend using your vacuum if you have like a cordless vacuum to do what I did, because it made it so much easier. So now I'm just taking everything off of the fridge. You can see there's a lot of little projects on the fridge from Brooklyn. A lot of those she made like a year or two ago, like that little green 4-leaf clover that's on the fridge. She made that when she was like a baby, like 6 months old, and she's 2.5 now. So I actually pulled, oh look at how cute she is. I actually pulled all of that stuff off the fridge and didn't put it back up there because I wanted to put it into a little file to keep it forever. Let's be real. And then I just reorganized our magnets back on the fridge after wiping everything off. Also, I just want to say I'm sorry if my voiceover doesn't match up exactly with where the video is. I have this issue where my video, when I'm recording the voiceover, it doesn't like go smoothly. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's dropping a lot of frames while I'm trying to record the voiceover, so it's kind of choppy and it seems like it's behind versus what's actually recording. So sometimes I'll say something like, oh, she was so cute, because, and then it'll be like 5 seconds after it, and it's because of that reason. So I'm sorry if that just happened, because it's hard for me to go back and listen and see, because it does the same thing on playback. So bear with me. I've actually been contemplating using a different video editing software, because I've heard that there's another one out there for Windows computers that works really well, and a lot of people recommend it, but I haven't really dug into it yet and figured out if that's what I want to do. so now we're nearing close to the end of the video. I'm just gonna finish up the video by spraying down the windowsills and cleaning the windows because I haven't done that in a while. I fully plan on cleaning the outsides of the windows. It's just we live right down the block from a grain bin and it's fall, so it's harvest time, and when they're putting the grain or whatever it is into those bins, we get a lot of dust, and there's really no point in cleaning the outsides of our windows in the fall. That's more of a spring thing to do because otherwise they're just gonna get dirty again anyway. And then after I clean the windows, I'm going to move on and mop the floors and vacuum and everything like that. So I think I'm going to end the voiceover here, and I hope you like this video. Look out for next week's fall deep cleaning video on Thursday. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but look out for that. And I hope you like and subscribe and comment down below how your day is going. Bye.